So I have strong tension in my left hand. I'm unloading in the mid area, right? Once I get enough there, I'm taking my brush around and I'm grabbing my paddle. I have not found a paddle perfect for my hand to fit into where I don't have to put it down. If you can hold your paddle and not put it down, that's the best choice, but I haven't personally found one. So once you get your paddle, you unload your hair here, you paint. Too much. Right? I'm gonna unload. I'm now painting on a diagonal line. I'll show you guys. I know. You know what? I just realized. I'm like, why is it cloudy? Because I got my dang glasses on. So let me just put that down. You see how I cleaned my paddle? Right? You see it afterwards? And then there was light. Here we go. You ready? Okay.
Sherry, after you do a couple of those sections, can the people that are standing up rotate to where the people that can't?
Here we go.
Swap, just because there's not enough room in here, guys. And we
Yep.
want you all to get your money's worth, so let's make it to where everybody can see. And
Here's my
sorry
next
again,
section.
but yellow from here.
Yeah, don't write a review on me. The next section is 50-50. You guys see it down below? I'm gonna drop it. I'm gonna take my section. I'm gonna unload. I got strong tension in my left hand. Here I'm gonna unload. Before I pick up my paddle, I'm gonna go and start painting on a diagonal line. You see I'm on the surface, I'm the top. I'm not pushing it all the way through the shaft of the hair. I'm literally skimming the top panel. I'm grabbing my section, my paddle. Now I'm gonna unload on these ends. I'm gonna switch it around. Do not let go of your paddle until you look up at your section and you see everything is to your liking. You can lift it up and see underneath. You can.
So
And before you let it go, make sure you like it.
The underneath doesn't matter.
It does, but if you don't push too hard, it won't be bubbly underneath. You'll see some mess ups. When you first start doing it, you're gonna be so aggressive that you're pushing it through, and yes, you will see clumps underneath there. I'll show you with the next one how you can look. These mannequin heads are also short. So you see my last two were diagonals. What you don't wanna do is do the same pattern. You want to go this here, you wanna jig and you wanna jag back and forth. Don't be consistent with your diagonals. So now I'm gonna be a bit aggressive on this section. Right, it's fatter on the right, skinnier on the left. They always say hair color that's not so perfect is pretty, right? When it's too perfect, it looks like it's been artificially done.
Yeah.
So if your sectionings are a bit more inconsistent, but your methodology, meaning 50%, is on par, it's going to be beautiful. So here's my section, I'm gonna do 50%. Pull it out, do I like it? It's 50%. Is it heavier here? Yes, it is, but it's still 50% of the section. Here's my, oh my gosh. I'm gonna unload, right? I'm gonna start painting up the shaft of the hair. Maybe I should do what I'm telling you not to do, right? So what you would push too far, like you would push, right? So you would have inconsistent, there you go, the little bubbles underneath there. So don't be so aggressive. And you could be using the wrong bleach. This is a clay bleach. So if it's a super wet bleach, it's going to weight, right? The weight of the product is going to push through.
How would you fix that if you did get?
I'm gonna show you.
Okay, good.
So before, you can do it before you put it underneath there. I would like to do it afterwards. So here we go. You're gonna look at it, you're gonna lift it. See how I just moved it from being squished to more open? If you don't like it, pick it back up and put it on your paddle. And just take the tip of your bristles to smooth those bubbles away. You guys see it? And then you lay her down. The thing you don't want to do is to like do that, right? Then you're making compact and that bleach will transfer onto the dry hair. All right? So you guys wanna swap it around a little bit?
So what was the thing you don't want to do, or it would transfer?
You don't want to drop it, you want to lay it down.
Oh, lay it.
Lay it down. Coming up, guys, I'm going to keep on painting.
Crazy.
I'm going to unload on a diagonal. I'm going to make my diagonal lines nice and soft. I'm diffusing my saturation the closer I get to the scalp.
You're okay. You're good. Get as close as you need to.
Excuse me.
Slot over here. Sorry. You're okay.
All right, once I'm there, do I like what I see? If I like it, you see how I'm only using the tip of my brush? Grabbing my paddle. And I'm gonna unload on these ends. I'm gonna take it, swip it over. Do I like it? I like it. And I'm going to lay her down, okay? Say that again? Diagonal lines. You'll get a better picture when I finish,
I
right?
could probably email it to you. Do you?
So I'm gonna keep on working on this section. I'm working on diagonal lines. Do you guys see how my sections are not perfectly placed? It's inconsistent, but still on 50%. Here we go, yep. I'm gonna unload. Hey, Aaron, Marley, are you guys back there?
Yes, I'm right here.
You wanna start mixing their bleaches?
Yes, I think everyone's.
I am
Okay.
coming around if you need extra.
All right, here we go. So I'm unloading, right? And then once I get up to where I need to diffuse it, I'm using the teeth of my brush. If you don't like, if you look like you have too much saturation up here, just take your bristles and slightly tap it. Or you can do a dry brush. In the beginning of balayage, you can always have a dry one sitting here on a wet towel, right? And if you see that you have a clump that you cannot remove with this and or you're hesitant to use this, put this down, grab your dry brush, make sure it's dry, and swipe it away. Don't swipe it away, right? Because then you're pushing it in there. Just swipe it away. A lot of times you can just do that, right?
Make sure if you guys are working on your mannequin head, you wanna do it one side. Okay, because we're gonna do balayage on the other side, so you don't wanna go back and forth like a traditional balayage.
Remember that from the beginning, guys. If you guys are being antsy in your pansies and you're starting already, I don't want you to start yet. What I want you to do is section your head down the center, right to left.
If my client asks you more like light off
Yep, I'm
or
gonna
down?
show you here.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
because we're only doing half the
Yeah.
head. I'm gonna show you. Yeah, pony,
Yeah.
yeah. All right, one more and then let's rotate, okay? 50%. Ooh, actually that was not. There was more 40 in my left hand and about 60 in my right. Your eyes will get used to seeing it. Like right now I have Gianna, her task is to foil a head 50%. She's kind of nailing it. So now her transition is taking that same head and taking it to 75%. And then at that point, once she conquers the 75, now she has to erase 50% of the highlights that she just did. So now she has to take that head down to 25%. Once you can do all that, then you can break down a picture, right? Other than that, you're guessing. You are wearing sunglasses, a hat covering. You don't even know what you're playing. You don't know what you're painting. So one more and then we're gonna rotate. I'm gonna unload. I have strong tension in my left hand. I like the smaller brushes because I have more control. The brushes are too wide, right to left. I can't control as much as I want. I'm putting bleach where I don't want it to be. I'm gonna unload.
So the smaller is the brush is better?
I think so. I do think so. So you see how I'm resting this section into the paddle and I'm going up here and I'm making sure I like everything that I see, right? And then I'm gonna flip it over. Do I like what I see? Use the tips, and lay her down. Okay?
What's the question?
Yes.
For the opposite side of the head, you know how you're going
Yep.
diagonal like that? Would you go the opposite way? or would
Absolutely.
keep-
You always want to think about where that hair is living. So you see my sections are going this way. So if you're right-handed, your left side is going to be harder. For us ladies, I always say your arm has to be in your boob area. If your arm's not in your boob area, you're not painting in the right area, okay? So let's swap spots. You guys, let me show you this. Take a glance up at the mannequin head. You guys see it? You,
So with that, sometimes would you start at different points?
Yeah.
Like you would alternate that,
Her
right?
question is, so would you start at different points? Absolutely. Whenever it's inconsistent to our liking, it's more pretty. Right. But also take note that you don't want to create lightness too far into the back of the head. You want to keep some visual depth in there. Do you guys see all the diagonal lines? I want you to also take a look at this. When I would have done 2 sections, I would have floated to the left side. I would have floated back and forth, back and forth. But again, we're doing half the head clay and half the head foil. Okay? You guys good? We are going to do another group to come back up. I don't want you painting yet. You ladies up here. I want another group to come up because we have 10 more minutes and then you're going to paint. Okay, and then I'm going to walk around and critique you. But if you start right now, you're not hearing me. You're not seeing me. You're just going to waste more of your time. Right? You guys get it? So come on up. I'm going into section 2.
When you say you float back and forth, so you're going up diagonally like this, but you'd be going the opposite diagonal on the other side?
Yes, it's what we drew
Yeah.
attention to earlier, yes.
Okay.
So the hair that is on the right side, you paint it going in this direction. The hair that is on the left side, yes. And you will see it when we do the foil balayage because it's basically the same concept, but a different tool.
But so when you say you're floating back, so like would you do like this diagonal and this diagonal, like back and forth?
I wouldn't be so consistent, so
Okay. So if they overlap a little.
beautiful.
Okay.
Right.
Cool.
Don't think school how you have to do foils a particular way.
Yeah.
Think that my goal is I'm in section 1. My second goal is to put it on diagonal. My third is 50%. There's your section. Once you finish that bottom and you've created your work, then you move into the second section. Okay? Did I answer you?
Yes.
Okay, got it.
Thank you.
All right, so now you can see that I took the top corner of my bottom 1 section. Do you see it? And I engaged it into number 2. Why? It's just a little tiny triangle. Don't waste time and balayage that. Incorporate that with your second section. Okay, so here's my sectioning. This is fun. I'm gonna show you, where are you at? The gentleman that asked about balayaging right around the hairline. I'll wait on it then, okay? So now I'm going to balayage. I have to make sure I'm aware of her face position. Is she looking down? Because if I'm thinking I'm balayaging on a diagonal and she sits her head up, holy shit, now it's a horizontal. She screwed it up because she was looking at her phone, right? Always be aware of their head position. So she's slightly tilted, so you can move it. Here we go. Here's my diagonal line. Actually, my friend, I want to do it here so you can see it. Come up here. I'm going to show you how, you know, the ladies that wear a pony and you traditionally do baby lights in their bottom hairline. So I'm going to show you how to do some balayage right underneath their ears. So I'm still going to do 50%. There's that. You can incorporate, just don't incorporate. All right, so here we go. This is a harder one to master, but a fun one. So I'm going to first paint the back side of the section like normal. I'm going to take it all the way up. I will show you the back of the section because the back of the section is key here. Now I'm going to take it this way. I'm using only the tip of my brush. You see my tension in my left hand? I'm taking my product. If you need more bleach, you go to your paddle. Remember, I said put bleach on your paddle. This is your palette. This is your paint palette. So you're going back, you have your paint, you unload down here. Never unload it at the hairline. When you unload at the hairline, it's oversaturation. You're gonna have a hot spot. So unload here, take the teeth of the brush, and now you're painting. You guys see it? I need more bleach, go to your paddle, unload down here, and paint it up. Do you like it? Okay, let's do a little bit more, unload here. If I'm happy with that, I'm happy, I like it. Now I'm gonna grab it Ooh, grab my paddle on this way over there. Shit. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna only paint the ends. Don't let go until you're 100% happy. I'm happy with the back. Now let me transition to the front. Do we like it? You can do a couple things. You can put a piece of cotton right here just to be nice and not have it on her skin, right? You can put a piece of cotton back here so it's away from her face. It's really just for her. You don't need cotton with the clay bleach, okay? And there you go. So with this section, when you look at it, let me show this one all the way. So this was behind the ear. This could be the front hairline also. You guys see it?
Mm-hmm.
Right? This could be the entire hairline of her entire head. If she wants to have baby lights all throughout. This could be also done on their part line. Someone that has a designated part and they want those baby lights. You can do it just like that. You don't have to weave. You see, it's very softly dusted with bleach. It's only going to move so much. When bleach dries out, it stops. So if the less saturation of bleach is there, it's not going to lift as much as here, right? So the more white the bleach we see, the lighter we will get. The less white, not as light. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Yes. And I have a napkin here somewhere. Okay. You guys good?
Well, we didn't see that, some of us didn't.
Well, come on up. Come on up. Let's rotate. Let's be nice to our peers, our new friends. Come on up, guys. You guys are welcome to come on my left, too. Oh, you already do?
You're right in.
Okay, I gotta make sure that I'm working on a diagonal line. Look at her face position. You guys see? What line is that? Horizontal. Wrong, 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 right? Even though I'm thinking it's gonna be on a diagonal, but it's not. So I'm gonna grab my section and I'm gonna keep on working. Is it a smaller section? Yeah, it is, but it's okay. The less we are perfect, the more pretty it is. So now we're gonna do 50-50 again. There we go. It's like 45, 55. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna unload. I'm gonna take it all the way to the top. If I like what I see, I'm gonna grab my paddle and I'm gonna paint these ends. In the salon, my cart is not that far away. And when I balayage, I use 2 carts because I like it to be very, very clean. I'm a clean colorist, aren't I? You guys like that?
Beautiful.
So pretty, and it's so fun, so fun. All right, I'm gonna do a few more.
Excuse me.
Yes,
The first one that you did here, you
Yeah.
apply it under, in the top.
I did. I will do an example. You guys wanna see this one again?
Yeah.
Even though it's not going to be in the perfect
So we can
spot,
see
but
it,
you can
yeah.
see it. All right, we'll do that for you.
Oh, no, I'm looking through your iPad now. It's perfect.
And to understand the difference.
Yep, so I'm going to do again, 50%. Here's my section. This section is fatter on the right and skinnier on the left, and consistency is perfect. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna unload here. I unload flat on a diagonal. Once I start moving up the shaft of the hair and diffuse my saturation of bleach is when I transition my brush from here to here where it's just the bristles. Right, you see my wrist? Yeah? Yeah. Get nice tension, keep that tension with your left hand. Don't move to the next section until you're completely happy with what you're seeing. Okay, I'm gonna get some more bleach. Now I'm gonna go to this, because it's fat on the right side. I'm gonna unload always down in the middle. Do not unload at the top. Remember, you will create hot spots. Unload bleach here and use the tip. You need more? Unload here. Do you see it?
Yes.
Now I wanna saturate underneath. okay? I'm gonna saturate to a point of just those ends. I'm gonna grab my paddle. You see, I have so much bleach here. I needed more here, so all I did was went right here and pulled it over. You saw it, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not living down here and painting, because then I'm painting up against the dry hair. Keep it out. Keep tension with your paddle. Don't let go of your paddle until you're completely happy with everything you like. Once you lay it down, it's very hard to clean up your mistakes and then lay her down. Okay? Who wanted to see that? You guys saw it? You saw it?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you guys good? We're gonna do another section. We're gonna do a long one, a wide one. How are you over here? You good? Okay. What about you ladies over there? You can't see. Come on.
So is the difference that the first area that you were doing, you only did like halfway down the strand on a diagonal? And now you're diffusing up to the top?
I just showed that application because she wanted to see what I did there.
Okay.
So, all right, you ladies, you can see? All right, so I'm unloading here. See my left hand, I elevate. I bring it up and down, up and down, up and down. This hand is controlling what I'm going to do. It's not just you're painting the hair. I'm keeping tension on it. Using the tip of the bristles. Before I grab my paddle, I'm gonna make sure I like what I see. Do I like it? Here's another thing you do not want to do. When you're painting the fiber of the hair, you do not want to take your brush and paint it in this direction. Do you see this? Do you see how I'm hitting the tip of my paddle?
Mm-hmm.
When you do that, you're creating crevices underneath. Who here earlier was asking me about saturation underneath this section with the bubbles? Come up here, Ben, please. I want to show you this. It's a great visual of what not to do. Do you see all this bubbling down here? All that saturation? That happened because I did this. I took my brush and painted in the air zone and the paddle zone. I combined the two. You either paint here or you paint here, never both together, okay? When you do, hot mess. You're gonna see all those lines when you go to dry that hair. So you paint in the dry air or you paint on the paddle, never combining the two. To fix it, flip it over and you just have to erase, 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 erase. Got it?
Got it.
Okay. All right, so thank you. We are going to now, you can start on whichever side you want. If you're right